Come on in, guys. Hi, alto. Hi, piano. How are you? How are you? Hi, Big Ketchum. How are you? Thank you so much for the hearts. Hi, Natasha. How are you, sweetheart? Looks like we just saw each other. Hi, hi, hi. You guys, I hope that, hi, good evening from New York City. Awesome. I'll be in New York shortly. Ah, yes, we did. Exactly, exactly. Hi, Jackal. Thank you so much for coming in. Hi, Farah. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you guys for the hearts. I am so excited. I'm glad you're back. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hi, Wink. Thank you so much for coming in. You guys, if you don't mind, to start sharing with your followers or anyone that you might know who is interested in this topic. Hi, Tina. How are you? Hi, lady. Yes, we spoke. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. You have my favorite voice on Periscope. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, we did speak. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, ha. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for the hearts. Favorite. Yes, favorite nonprofit organization. Exactly. All right, guys, listen, I wanted to tell you guys. Hi, Howling Man. Thanks for coming in. Guys, if this is your first time here with me, please put a 1 in the chat. Please put a 1 in the chat. Please put 1 in the chat. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, the Fear Girls. Oh, yes. Yes, that's the link on my calendar to get into my bio. So I am Jen, the grant guru, guys. I have been doing grant writing, grant research, and grant reviews for close to 30 years. All right. So for the last 30 years, I have helped organizations identify grant funding as well as identify organizational systems for their sustainability. So beyond the grant, making sure that the organizations have what they need for sustainability. Hi, Mix. Thank you so much for coming in. You guys, if you don't mind, hi, Billy. If you guys don't mind starting to share with your followers, I'm going to get right into the content. And feel free at any point. Thank you so much for inviting your followers. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for inviting your followers. I really, really appreciate that. Guys, I am on the phone. I had about 13 calls today from people who had somehow information had been shared here on Periscope. And so we know that sharing has power and people want this information, and I'm glad to share it. Hi, Mazda. Hi, She Lives. Thank you guys for coming in. Now, guys, I hope that you have your pen and paper ready because I'm about to start giving you more information regarding sustainability, okay? I'm always talking about hi Anthony, what are the top reasons that nonprofit organizations fail? And I always begin with not a sustainability plan, right? Hi Gerald, thanks for coming in. I always start out with they don't have a sustainability plan. Someone asked me, what is sustainability? What exactly is sustainability? And I said, that is an interesting question. Let's start breaking down what sustainability is. Hi, Tonya. Thank you so much. Hi, Katie. Thank you for coming in. I am on a scope marathon, right? I'm going to sit my behind down after this one. I'm telling you exactly what's going to happen. All right. So this is it. Sustainability includes clear vision. Clear vision. You're just getting here just in time. We're talking about sustainability, right? And sustainability means clear vision, sound leadership, right? Understanding that you need a sound financial system. That is what includes sustainability. But in addition to that, you also need to have essential and effective programs and services. That also is included in sustainability. Sustainability is not just money. It is leadership. It is focus and vision. It is having sound program and a solid financial backing system. All right. So we talked a bit earlier in the scope about finances, right? You need to have a diverse stream of income. Grants are awesome. Grants are awesome. How many of you guys in here have received a grant award? Put a 1 in the chat if you have. Hi, Billy. Thanks for coming. If you have applied or if you're not sure how to apply, put a 2 in the chat. If you have received funding, put a 1. If you've wanted to apply but haven't figured out how to apply, put a 2 in the chat. All right, a 2. I see the 2. I see the 2. I see the 2s. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let me tell you guys where to start. Let me tell you guys where to start, because that's always the next question. The next question is, Jen, I have a 501c3. Now I want to start getting grants. And I say, you cannot get a grant without a program. And that's what we're talking about tonight for sustainability. You need to have a sound program. What does that mean? That means your program is tied to your mission, that every activity and every deliverable from that program is measurable. You understand the description of what's going to happen, how long it's going to happen, and who needs to be involved in that process. Hi, Kendall. Thank you so much for coming in. And you need to know how much that's going to cost, because that is what makes up the grant application. All right. And it has to be clear, guys. It has to be clear and concise. I've shared with you guys that as a grant reviewer, as a person who gets those proposals, and there are hundreds of them, that grants are a competitive process. And those who state their programs clearly, they have measurable impact, and they have a reasonable budget. Those are the ones who get funding. And most of you guys really have a struggle with getting clear. All right. It's the clarity. I was talking to one of my boot campers earlier today, and she was just like, Jen, I am all over the place. And I said, yes, you are all over the place. And no one is going to give funding to a person who's all over the place. Hi, Evan. Thank you so much for coming in. All right. So a part of sustainability is understanding the strength of your program. Because if you are able to describe your program in a grant, then you can describe that same program to an individual for annual gifts, to a major donor, to a corporation for sponsorship, right? For in-kind contributions. You need to understand who needs to be involved with this program. What community organizations do I need to partner with to deliver my program? All right. What specialty do I need to have involved? If there is someone that has a special certification or training, you need to have those people involved. Every activity that you do to deliver your program, that is how you make up your budget. If you don't understand what it's going to take to deliver your program, how exactly do you come up with the budget? You got to be clear, right? You cannot have a budget without understanding what's going to be delivered. Why? Because you have to report back on that grant. There is a grant reporting process. And what is the foundation looking for? What is the funder looking for? They are looking for your ability to stay in task within your mission, to meet a need to a target population within your community, that you understand the impact and the delivery of services, because that's what you're going to have to report back on. So your program has to be sound. It has to meet a need. It cannot duplicate anyone else's services. And you're going to have to be able to articulate that need. All right. That's what the grant is. That's what the proposal is. And that's what the funders are looking for. All right. And if you are able to do that in the forms of a grant, that leads to sustainability, because now you can go out and apply for grant funding from other organizations. Do you see how that fits together? Right? Hi, Mel. Thank you for coming in. Does this make sense, guys? You got to have clear vision. You have to have sound leadership. You have to understand the funding needs of your organization. And you have to have a program that is impactful and deliverable. That is sustainability. All right? That is sustainability. Why do nonprofit organizations fail? Because they don't have a sustainability plan. All of these things, guys, are part of sustainability. If you do not have, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For now, I understand. I'm glad. It makes good sense, right? When I'm saying all the time, if you don't have a clear vision, if you don't have strong leadership, if you don't understand the financial needs of your organization, and if you don't have a strong, sound program that you can decide can deliver impact on, you don't have sustainability, right? Because you have to be able to think, how am I going to not only live out the life of this grant? Grants are designated dollars. They have a lifespan. Hello, hello, hello. God bless you. That they only have, they have a life, right? After that life of that grant is gone, what is next? And those organizations that run on, I'm working and every dollar I make, I put into the organization, or you signed up for the, yay, good, good, good. Hi, Billy, good to see you. Thank you so much for calling. So what if you don't use all the money? If you don't use all of the money, right? Surely the money that you have asked for, you can renegotiate with the funder. Right? You may have to either roll over and have an agreement with them that you have money left over, or how you're going to spend it, because you sign an agreement and you say, based on receiving these funds, this is what I'm going to do with the money. If there is money left over, you just call back the funder and renegotiate and say, listen, this is what we have left over. Are we able to continue in this agreement to administer more program? That's it. Anything can be renegotiated. The key thing is that if you do not report that you have spent that money well or accounted for it wisely, then you have to give that money back. All right? You guys, I appreciate the hearts. I really try to bring you guys information that is meaty and meaningful. Okay? I want you all to know that whatever your decision is, if you decide to get in my boot camp or not, if you decide to take any of my trainings or not, that you have enough information to make a wise decision. All right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really want you guys to win. I really do. All right. I have been doing this work for close to 30 years. Hi, Bretcher. Thank you so much for joining. Listen, guys, if you have not shared with your followers, please do so. I am very passionate about what I do. And I am very passionate about making sure that those of you who are interested in being successful in serving your community and not just getting the money. Oh, I heard I can get grants. I heard I can get grants. No, because I know that it's a competitive process, and those that have a real desire to serve are the ones that deserve that money. Just to start my business, learning about the 501c versus LLC. That's just a part of your clear vision. That's just a part of your vision. What do you see down the road, right? What do you see down the road? Yeah. And whatever your decision is, that you take these tools still apply. You still need vision. You need strong leadership. You need to understand the finances, and you need to be able to deliver either a strong program or a strong product. Either way, it's the same, right? The process of writing grants, be it for a business or be it for a foundation or for a nonprofit, it's the same application. All right. I'm committed to serving parents in the public school system. I'm taking notes. Good. I'm glad. And what I really want you guys to do is that as you are if you guys are developing your boards, if you are in the process where I haven't yet picked my board, but I'm really trying to get clear about my program, I think that is so key. Hi, Octa Doctor. Thank you so much for coming in, because if you understand the strength of your program, the design of your program, the needs of your program, those within your community that you need to partner with, then those people make ideal board members. Our grants also available and S Corps as well. There are applications out there for everywhere. Guys, the question is not if there's money. Yes, there is money. There is money. All right? That's never the question. The question is, do you have either a program or a business and a service that will meet the guidelines of that application? That's the question. Do you have that? And if you don't, then what are we talking about money for? Right? People who call me and say, Jen, I have my 501c3. Can you help me find money? You're welcome, sweetheart. You're welcome. You're welcome. I say, well, how do you get to the money without a program? How do you get to the money without describing what you're going to do with the money? How do you get to the money without understanding what is it going to take to deliver the program? It can't be, will they just give me the money and then, if I just had seed money, I could do it. I said, how about if I roll up on you? I roll up on you and I say, hey, give me $100,000. I got an idea. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but give me $100,000 and I'm going to try it. Just give it to me. Just give it to me. No, I don't have anything planned. No, I don't understand what the outcomes are going to be, but I have a heart to serve. Right? Creating a reputable program. I'm writing that down. I sure will do that. Monopoly money. Creating a reputable program. That's a good scope. I will do that. Okay? You guys, if you have anything else that you have questions about and you want me to scope about, I'm happy to do it. I have all this information, guys. I ain't making it up. I have been doing this work for close to 30 years. And when yesterday he said to me, can you do a scope about sustainability? I said, absolutely I can. All right. The components of the program. I'll be here. Awesome. Now, let me tell you really quickly. Hi, Sacramento. Good to see you again. The components of a program. Let me tell you really quickly what the components of a program is. All right. The components of a thank you. You guys are a blessing. Listen, the components of a program are only as strong as understanding the needs of the population that you are serving. So the components of any program is designed to meet the needs of the population that you are serving. The components of the program should be laid out in such a clear way that every activity leads to impact for that population that is measurable, not assumed. Because if you assume a need, if you assume that that's their need, right, and you don't know, then you can't measure impact. And then the whole doggone budget is an assumption, down to the budget. If you have to assume the need, that means you are not creating a program designed for real impact. It's an assumption. That means the entire proposal is an assumption. All right? So the components of a good program is understanding the needs of that population that you are serving, and that every activity that you do is led by impact, measurability, and that component then is tied to the budget. Okay? Increased state exams for, increased state exam scores for students. I don't know what that means. Okay? So those are the components of a really good program, right? And those programs that are able to be replicated are those that show the greatest impact. All right. And is that for profit or for not? It sounds like for profit. All right. So when we talk about programs that are replicatable, they have the greatest impact. All right. Yeah, that's what I thought, for profit. Okay. That they have the greatest impact. Now, what does a funder want? A funder is looking for, they have the money, right? A foundation has the money, and it's public money, right? They've got the money from somewhere, either in a state or a bunch of corporations or businesses came together and they put together this pool of money, right? This foundation. And this foundation is looking for organizations to help them have impact in an area that they are interested in, right? So the foundation, I always use my palms, right? The foundation will release an application, and in that application, they will say, this is our target audience. These are the groups, and they'll put maybe 3 or 4. These are the areas that we are interested in seeing impact in. This is the target area. This is the criteria. This is what we are willing to fund. These are the things that you can put in the application, right? The terms of the grant, it's all very, very transparent. Very transparent. All right? Everyone needs to be on scope now. I am in Southern California. Hi, Vitamin. Good to see you. All right? So they're going to tell you, hold on, let me get rid of this whatever. So they're going to tell you very transparently. They're going to tell you, this is how much money we have to give out. This is the average gift that we're going to give out. All right. So how do you know what the target audience is? That depends on what you feel that there's a need. You decide the audience. The funder does not do that. Your mission, whatever your nonprofit's mission is, that is what should decide your target audience. I did a scope yesterday and I said, please do not get swayed by the money. Please don't get swayed by the money. Because what happens is, as a reviewer, right? What happens is I can tell right away from a proposal that got swayed by the money. Because all of the activities, all the things that you guys have going on have nothing to do with your mission. And the founder is saying, the foundation is saying, so tell me about your background. Tell me about your organization. Tell me how y'all got started. Why? Because they want to make sure that you are staying on mission and not just writing for the money. You know, y'all know what it's like. Somebody slide up to you and say, hey, I really like you. I really like you. Can you give me $100,000? And then you ghost. You never see them again. Right? They want to make sure that you understand your mission, that you stop chasing the money. Stop chasing the money. That you understand your mission, you understand the needs of the people that you are serving, and that you are an expert in that area, and that you know the right activities and how to measure those activities for the greatest impact, right? But if you're just writing for the money, that means you don't really care about serving this community because you just want the money. Which is why it's so important that you guys have a sustainability plan, right? You got to understand your mission and you've got to be focused. Otherwise, your focus is the money and not the people that you are supposed to be serving. All right? The for-profit businesses, their bottom line is profit. For nonprofit, the bottom line is that a needle has been moved, an effect has happened in the community that you are serving. However, if everything is about the money, I need the money, I need the money, I need the money, it is not about the people that you are serving. And usually people are at that place. Why? Because they do not have a plan. They do not have a clear vision. They have no way of getting there, and they have no leadership to direct it. And that costs, right? You have a funder who says, this is our area of interest. This is how much money we're willing to give. These are the terms and the conditions of the grant. We are looking for partners in the community that can help us do that. All right? Yes, that's for the nonprofit. All right? And then you guys are saying, hey, we make great partners. Why? Because we have the same area that we serve, right? We are experts in this field, and we are also interested in the needs of this audience being affected. We would make a great partner. By the way, this is our program. This is how we're going to deliver the program, and this is how we're going to report back our impact. Give us some money. The funder says, great, let's marry. I'll send you the check. You sign on this document that says you're going to manage it and account for it and report back. Why? Because they've got to report back on the money that they spent. It's not free money. The foundations also have a board. They have a board that they've got to report back to about where the money went and what they do with the money, right? So they want to report. You say, hey, we did really well with this grant. When the grant cycle comes around again, we'd like to apply again. The funder says, wonderful, you did a great job before. Why not? We would consider you again. You see how that works? Very simple. The devil is in the details, though. What are the details? The details are that you have to make sure that you understand your program, you understand your program impact, you understand how to deliver your program and account for the designated dollars, because that's what you got to give back as a report to the foundation. All right? Is that clear? Is that clear, guys? So you've got to make sure that you have a solid program. Yes, very simple. It's so very intimidating. You know why it's intimidating? Because there's no clarity. Once you have clarity, all right, you know what to do next. You know what's expected. You know how you're going to get there. You know who's going to be involved to help you to deliver it. That's what we do in the boot camp. Now listen, this boot camp is something else. Could it be for the small business? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. An application is an application. You've got to find a funder that is willing to give to your business. It's the same thing, guys. The issue is not the money. The issue is, are you clear about who you and how you should get the funding? Who is the best funder for you? Doing your research to determine this funder has the same interest that I have. They might be great potential partners, right? They're looking for organizations to partner with and to fund. We could be that. Doing your research. All right? Send a donation on my May 3rd at any time to have money on them. Okay? Are there any questions at all? Any questions about that? All right? When we are talking about your organization's sustainability, we're talking about research, we're talking about vision. Thank you, radio. We're talking about vision, clarity of vision. We're talking about strong leadership. We are talking about your ability to understand the financial needs of your organization, and not just the financial needs of your organization, but the requirements and the expectations from the donors as well. And then the fourth part of sustainability is having a strong, sound program that you can deliver with greatest impact, and not only in grant form, but you can take that same program and ask for money from other areas. Okay? I'm doing what you're saying, and it's all true. Awesome. Good. Financial responsibility and accountability. Strong, sound program. Strong, sound program. You guys are getting it. Yay! Yay! Now, what makes a strong, sound program? That you are able to measure impact. You are able to measure impact. All right? Measure impact. All right, guys. I talked to you guys. Question mark. How do I measure impact? All right. Oh my gosh. I've got an outcomes management class. All right. House of Refuge. Awesome. 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 Impact. Measure impact. Okay. Yes. You got to be able to measure your impact. Absolutely. That is a part of sustainability. Why do nonprofit organizations fail? Because they do not have sustainability. They do not have a plan for sustainability. That means they have no leadership, they have no vision, they have no idea of how strong and effective their program is, and they do not have a plan for sustainability financially. All right? Awesome. 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 All right? So it's that is sustainability. Nonprofit organizations fail because they do not have a sustainability plan. All right. They also are not able to articulate impact. You are welcome. You are welcome. They're not able to articulate impact. Right? And leadership. All of that. All of that is what I want you guys to consider. When you guys are having your board meetings, when you guys are pulling together. Hi, Faith. Thank you so much for coming back. All right. Funds will help with operational costs. That is what's going to come from your non-designated dollars. Grants are designated dollars. That means grants are designated for that program. Hi, Roxanne. Good to see you. All right. A failure to plan is a plan to fail, right? Grants make up only about 20% of your overall operational budget. Only about 20%. Grants are not designed to underwrite your entire organization. Why? Because it's designated dollars to that program. So that then means you need to be able to have a clear vision of how you're going to get the other 80% for the non-designated dollars to run your organization's operations. Right? People say to me all the time, "Well, Jen, can I put my salary in the budget for the grant?" I said, "You ain't spending 100% of your time on that grant. You might be delivering that grant 3 or 4 times a day." 3 or 4 hours rather. You might be delivering that program 3 hours, 1 day, possibly 3 days a week. How are you going to put 100% of your salary in that budget? You ain't spending 100% of your time. You are not spending 100% of your time. We'll do. Better Women 2013. Okay. Yeah. So the idea that a grant, and plus the fact that you need more than one grant, all right, but that a grant will pay your salary. A grant will don't leave your job. Don't leave your job if you think a grant's going to do that, because you're not spending 100% of your time delivering that grant. What you need to be thinking about is, how am I going to raise money when I'm not delivering the program? How am I leveraging the program? You're welcome, sweetheart. How am I leveraging the power, the strength, the impact of this program to get the other 80% of funding that I need for non-designated dollars? All right. Put a 1 in the chat if what I just said made sense. If you put a 2, I will say it again. All right. Don't leave your job. Don't leave your job. I get that all the time. Jen, I want to leave my job. I want to do this full time. I want to do this full time. I'm like, honey, if you think one grant is going to get you to leave this job full time, you are sadly deceived. Get off of Google. Google done deceived you. No. No. Right? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you guys have any questions for me? Any questions for me at all? All right? Any questions for me at all? Tell them again. Don't leave your job. Do not leave your job, all right? Grants are designated dollars, but a part of your sustainability is that you can take your program that you have applied for a grant and ask for the other 80% of funding. You can take that same program impact to get your corporate sponsorships. You can get money from individuals, which makes up your annual fund. You can get money for in-kind, all of that. Can the LLC, that's a state decision regarding names. Names are a state decision. Well, if you get a grant and you get more than 2, you can get more than 2 as long as your program is funded efficiently, right? Not overfunded, and it's within your capacity to report. Yeah. All right. It's in your capacity to report. All of that you got to report. The more you get, the more you got to report. All right. You don't have a salary and I'm the founder. Well, you need to think about how you can raise the money for those operational expenses, right? And that means communicating the impact of your program to those other streams of income to solicit non-designated dollars. That's what you got to do. You got to come up with a plan. Guys, I've been doing this work for close to 30 years. I have traveled the country and internationally, training organizations where they are and how can they raise money in their community. I have been to Hot Coffee, Mississippi, guys, communicating the impact. That's it. And a part of your plan for leadership and a part of your plan for financial stability is understanding how are you marketing the impact of your program. What's the clear vision around marketing? Around communicating, around partnering with those people or those organizations that are in your community, all right? You got to have clear vision around that. That is what creates sustainability. Otherwise, you guys are just like this. Oh my gosh, everything is... And I say, stop. People call me all the time. Jen, can you help me with my 501c3? I said, yes, if you can clearly describe to me your program. And if you cannot clearly describe to me your program, I will tell you, don't do it. Don't apply. Why? Because when you get the award letter, you still going to have clarity around that program. Why not do it before you spend all that money for the state? And then once you get the award, then you struggling to do it. And then your board is frustrated. All right. When am I coming to South Carolina? I don't know. You're going to invite me? I'll come. You want me to come? I'll come. Listen, I travel all over the place. I train board members. I create systems. I work within your budget and within your organization to say, how can you create a real sustainable plan? If you do not have a sustainability plan, which means you do not have a board that is looking at your financials every single month, listen. If you guys decided in your own household, right, it depends on the state. Usually it's about, you're going to spend about $2,000 to get your 501c3, which I think is, it's an investment. And if you're going to invest in that, then invest in a clear vision. If you're going to invest in that, Invest in a clear vision. All right? Yes, yes, yes. So what was I saying? I was saying something and then it completely left my mind. I'm sorry. I don't know. Oh, I was talking about the program, right? So you guys want to make sure that if you are applying for your 501c3, that you understand what your program impact and delivery and who should be on your board. I don't understand how people can visiting Mississippi. Oh, I love Mississippi. I did some work in Mississippi. I did some work. I've been in almost every state working for a company. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So guys, I want you all to think about it, right? Think about it. If you cannot get in my boot camp, we go through an entire grant proposal. By the time you finish my boot camp, you have a grant proposal done. All right? Or you have an idea of what you should be doing, which I think is the best investment because I used to live in Tennessee, actually, and I used to drive through South Carolina all the time. Hi, Sheila. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for coming in. So in the boot camp, it is designed to bring your program to clarity and to go through an entire grant proposal. So that by the time we finish this boot camp, which is about 30 to 45 days, you guys will have a real proposal, right? The best way to do it and to learn how to do it is to do it. That's the best way. All right? That's the best way for me. All right? The program will make you smart and it will tell you, it will show you how to do it. Otherwise, you call me and you say, Jen, can you write my grant? And I said, yes, I can. And I will cash your check. Or would it be better for me to show you how to do it? Because if I wrote the grant the first time, you have to come back and write it a second time. Try by fire. That's how I learn. That's how I learn. All right? Okay, guys. So, you guys know at midnight tonight, my webinar on April 27th, the price is going up at midnight tonight. All right? Get grant funding now. bit.ly, get grant funding now. On Wednesday, April 27th. All right? 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This was designed. This webinar, yes. This webinar was designed. All right? Designed to show you guys how to get the grant funding. The price is going up at midnight. Price is going up to $67. I said to y'all all day, please don't pay me $67. Please do not pay me $67 unless you just have it to give. But this is a webinar you are not going to want to miss. All right? I am going to be training exclusively on how to get grant funding, inflation, how to get grant funding, or motivation. It could be motivation. How to get the grant funding, how to make sure your organization is structured such that it can manage the grant and use that same program for the other 80%, which is not designated, and how your financial structure should be in place, okay? So we're talking about the need, the people that you are looking to serve, the organizational needs, right? And the financial needs. All of that I'm going to go over in this webinar. It's going to be so simple. I'm going to give you guys step-by-step tools on how to do that. Now, that's if you cannot, people say, well, I can't afford your boot camp, right? Financial structure is scary. It is scary if you don't have a plan. Nothing is scary if you have a plan. You understand the detours. You understand the go-around system. You understand the alternate routes. Ain't nothing scared if you have a clear plan. It's only scared when you don't have a clear vision. Then it's a hot mess. And as a grant reviewer, I can tell you, I know on the first page it's a hot mess. As I'm reviewing all of these grant proposals all over the place, I mean, I can tell there's no clarity anywhere. No clarity anywhere. And oh, God forbid that you hire a grant writer who is not interested in designing your program. They just want that check. I am a grant writer. I will cash your check, right? However, I also know that I'm going to have to design your program. Why? Because I just can't. I cannot. I don't even want you to, don't do it. I tell people, don't do that. Don't write that. Stop. Because the time and the expense of writing a grant that you are not going to get is a waste of time. And why are you not going to get it? Because there is no clear thought. There is no program. There is no program outcome or input. And the budget is a mess. I can tell. I say, don't do it. Well, Jen, if I pay you, I'm like, first of all, there's no guarantee if you pay anybody that you're going to get the money. There's no guarantee. Why? Because there's limited funds. Not everybody who applies is going to get funding. And if you do not have a well thought out program, stop. 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 I wish people would pay me for telling them to stop. They need to pay me to say stop. Don't do it. And don't pay me for foolishness. No, don't pay me for foolishness. Listen, guys, I have worked in the nonprofit. Right? Pay for me to write their grants. Pay for me to research their grants. I'm like, why are you paying me to research a grant and you don't have a program? What is the point of that? All right, you're going to have to write to the replay. We're talking about grant funding. Okay? Any questions for me, guys? If you are not in the webinar on Wednesday, shame on you. Shame on you on the 27th. All right? Guys, one of my boot campers has started a private Facebook group called My Nonprofit Partnerships, right? So she is looking to get a group of nonprofit partners to come into that group where you guys share funding ideas. You guys talk about, awesome, good. You guys talk about funding ideas. You guys talk about your challenges, your struggles. She has created this group so that nonprofits together starting out can be a resource to one another. I think this is fabulous. When I was coming up early on in my career, we had a coalition of executive directors. We had a coalition of fund developers. We had a coalition of program people, right? And all of these people came together. They shared resources. They shared information about services that they could get in kind. It is a fabulous collaboration, right? It's a great resource if you can do it, right? Oh, well, that's okay. You can go and sit on someone else's page. That's okay. All right. If you guys want to get in my private group, right? If you want to get into my private Facebook group, then just send me an email with your Facebook name to jen@jenthegrandguru.com and I'll invite you. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Then I'll invite you to my private group as well, where I do live stream every day, twice a day, answer questions, and I can engage in a different way than I can here on Periscope, and we can continue the conversation. All right? Are there any questions for me at all? I also have a free document. I have a free grant ebook. So if you want the free grant ebook, just send me an email. Tax Blocked. All right. Any questions at all for me? You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the hearts. Hi, Patty. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for your shares. Thank you for your questions. Thank you guys for being interested in this topic. Tomorrow, I'm going to come back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Tomorrow, I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about partnerships and collaborations as a part of your sustainability plan. I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about partnerships and collaborations and who and how you start looking for those now. All right. That is what's going to help you establish credibility. You guys are awesome with the hearts. Thank you. 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 All right. As I always do, many of you guys know I'm a pastor. So I always end the last scope with the benediction. And I pray that God keep you, that he strengthen you, that he give you the courage to step out into the assignments that many of you guys have to touch lives in your community. He has given each of you gifts. He has given each of you specific gifts to touch lives in your community. I pray that you lean on his grace, his direction, and his wisdom, all right? And not to be swayed by fear or what you don't know, all right? To do what is in you to do, your burden, your passion, all of those things that were placed inside of you. All right. So I pray for strength. I pray for peace tonight. I pray that when we come back together again, that all will be well. All right. And I pray this over you now in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name, amen. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. That's just my tradition to do a parting benediction before we end the night in the scope. All right. You guys are awesome. I'm praying for you. I'm praying with you. And if there's any way that I can walk alongside you in some way to encourage you, then I want to do that. All right. You guys be blessed. Have a wonderful night. And I'll see you guys back tomorrow at some point. All right. Blessings.